Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
You better count your money. You better count your money, boy. You better count your money, boy. This crazy big badass ball. Wanted up north all the gold that I stole. Along with some cash, even took the mayor's daughter. Now that there's kidnapped, and she was with it, so I brought her. Then got myself into a whole heap of trouble, double crossed by the law, so it's nobody to run to.
That's Bone Thugs and Harmony, and joining us on the show we have Krayzie Bone. We also have from House of Pain, Danny Boy. We're not really going to spend the show talking about hip-hop, even though you think we would, because both of these gentlemen have two separate shows on TradioV. But the one thing I want to say is that back when those records came out is really when I was doing most of my heavy metal work. But I don't buy records, but I bought both of your band's records because both House of Pain and Bone Thugs and Harmony were totally innovative from any other type of hip-hop music that was going out at the time.
I remember, you know what, when you used to have the Cat House, it said like from Helmet to House of Pain or something like that in the tagline with your club.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Because I was impressed. It was like one of the first crossover like some heavy metal dudes were
because
feeling
House
it,
of Pain was a band that a lot of the metal kids like hard because even though it was hip hop, it was hard. I mean, you did remixes with Butch Vig that were just like nasty and stuff like that.
We toured a lot with we brought Rage Against the Machine on their first show, on the first tour. We brought out Korn on their first tours, first shows. Helmet came out with us for a few, we always switched it up like that. That way,
I remember playing these dudes' music at one of our house parties one time. Bro, it started a straight fight.
Nice. It was like heavy.
In the hood. Everybody just like started fighting as soon as the song came on. It was crazy, man.
Now, Bone Thugs and Harmony is also a band that and I'm going to be honest. I think that most of the hip hop, because I listen to everything, that most of the hip hop today, I think, sucks pretty much. That they don't rhyme like they used to. That they just throw sounds in that make sense. I don't really get most of the stuff that people play. You guys were completely different because you had great voices. It was very melodic, and it wasn't sounding like everybody else was sounding at all. You were faster than most people then, but also it was very melodic.
Man, definitely, man. We when we first came out, although we listened to everybody's music, like everybody's music, like all the earlier greats, like Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Big Daddy Kane, and all these dudes, they helped form who we are. But we always told ourselves we never want to sound like nobody because we can't. We came from the area, from the era that if you sounded like somebody, then you were biting, and you were perpetrating, and you were still in their style. Like we didn't. And we were very much against that. We was very much against that. So when we came, we just wanted to do something different, and we just happened to concoct this style. It was just so different. We didn't even know how different it was at the time until we actually ran into Eazy-E, and he was like, "Yo, this is crazy right here." So we didn't even really know what we had until we met him.
And both of you guys were real success. You got Grammys.
Yes.
Did you get any Grammys?
No, we lost to Arrested Development. I feel we were
and
robbed.
Exactly.
That was R&B to me, man.
But sold a lot of records. You both sold a lot of records.
Yes,
Where do you have your Grammy?
Man, right now my Grammy is under the kitchen sink.
No, it's not.
Yes, bro, no lie. Last time I checked, it was up under the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it is right
that's
now.
That's gangster right there.
Yeah, but you know where you're supposed to put your Grammy, right?
Where?
You're supposed to put it in the bathroom because when people go to your house and they go to the bathroom, they go, "Man, he is so cool. He has his Grammy in the bathroom." But everybody always goes to the bathroom. See, that's it. So they see it like that. Now,
you're doubling your money.
Both of you guys have shows on TradioV, totally different. I like the name of yours, Delta Bravo, and what is that show?
Delta
Danny?
Bravo is actually my name in military talk. It's DB, so the Delta Bravo Urban Exploration thing, and I do it with a cop. So I'm not allowed to say what kind of cop he is because he works here, not here in the station, but he works in this town. So you get what I'm saying. He's actually ex-NYPD. And believe me, 20 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to hang unless I was in the back seat of the car.
Right.
So, with what we do and how it applies to him and me meeting up, we actually we go to a lot of the historic locations. So if I'm in Brooklyn, I want to know where he grew up. So where's Biggie's house? Where's the shot of Big Daddy Kane? Under the Brooklyn Bridge for his,
But it's not just hip hop. You guys are talking about everything.
But I'm just so we can all, so like, I do movies, true crime, music, and everything across the board. And so what we do is we take old photos and we try to find out, like, where was that? When was that shot? Today I was listening to, like, nonstop interviews with Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley because we were looking up old Kiss locations. So, a lot of, like Dress to Kill album was shot in Manhattan on the corner. We had already redid that, but I found them in the subway, in those same suits. So I learned, it's like a history lesson, man. I found out that the suit that I think Ace was wearing was borrowed from his accountant because he didn't even own a suit. That's why it looks all young on him. So we try to match it before and after. We give up the addresses, and it's part of me just being like, of sound body and mind too. I was looking for something to do with, enough sobriety under my wings. I'm like, yo, let me get something. Let me be a fan again. Can I just enjoy the craft that other people? I'm so tired of just trying to like stretch it out. You know what I mean? To be full time, like, that. You know what I mean? So when you say even House of Pain, I know it's to, amortize what it is, but for me, I'm disconnected from that in a good way. Like, moving forward, this is what we do.
Like, for instance, I don't want to come up here and be the guy from Headbangers Ball every week.
Right, which my man, Nako, who's my partner and who's also the cop, said he liked it at that shit. He wanted me to tell you, just like that, the Jerky Boy style. He liked it, Headbangers Ball, man, and he wanted to give you the kudos.
Can we play a clip right now of Delta Bravo and just take a look at what this show is all about? There it is. And we don't go back to House of Pain.
I got excited.
Yeah, you came out military, all swaggered out, man.
Gloves on, so he didn't leave any fingerprints.
That's it. We'll show the photos. That's one of my favorite photos. Actually, you took that one. All right.
When Michael Keaton says you can get anywhere with a positive attitude and a clipboard.
That's it. Well, we didn't even have the clipboard. We had him for Mission Impossible. He was Tom Cruise's stunt double.
He was MI-69.
I thought
the old lady in the elevator, she's like, Policia?
She spotted.
The Delta Bravo Show, Fridays 7 to 9 p.m. on TradioV.
Delta Bravo, was this show your idea? Pretty much, you like the producer concept of the show?
I was doing it. It started off as a hobby, man. I was on tour. We have another group called the Coca Nostra, which is like
I know about that.
House of Pain with Nonfiction and a couple other dudes. And I got stuck in Tulsa, Oklahoma, for 3 days. I'm like, and what am I going to do in Tulsa? And it occurred to me that The Outsiders was filmed there, the movie. And I was like, so I hired like one of 3 cabs in the little city. And he's like, it's your lucky day. I know where all the spots are. So
Stay gold, pony boy.
We hit it off. But for me, I started smoking cigarettes behind that. I got a jean jacket behind that. Some Converse. I want to be, I've said it a million times, I want to be Matt Dillon so bad it hurt. As a kid, that was like the dude, So it kind of got me hooked. We also played, Kane's Ballroom. And, me and Jonesy ride. I know you ride your thing. We had a little thing. We were riding a lot on the motorcycles. And I seen a hole in the wall in my dressing room. It was actually framed. Someone come to show me it. You know what that is? I'm like, nah. They like Sid Vicious punched a hole in the wall, and they framed it in the dressing room. They actually cut it out and moved it into the office because people
pretty cool.
And I sent Jonesy the picture, from we talking about the Sex Pistols, and he was like, yeah, I know, whatever. But it kind of got me hooked in the history. I was, 3 days, and I was like, so I started posting to the Facebook page, and people were just like, chain reacting, like, show me more of that stuff. So we were doing it for a while, about a year on Facebook, and it's just so one-dimensional. So I wanted a show where people could actually, I brought on guests. I brought on one of my favorite ones already was from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I brought on Mike Damone, Robert Romanes. We talked about the location, Valley Girl. So it's for alpha male and hip-hop, cop and hip-hop dude. We talking about Valley Girl and Fast Times and, stuff you'd be like, okay. Like, And we talked to photographers, artists, we did the Manson case. We brought on Manson followers, dudes that go to the prison and hang out with Manson and got photos and the whole nine. So.
Rick, we got to move to Krayzie because the thing I like. We're gonna go a couple minutes extra. Okay, let's just keep this going for just a couple minutes. The thing that I like is because now we go on after Krayzie, and I like Bone Thugs. Remember my friend Animal that used to, he did security for Bone Thugs forever. Yes. Animal used to cook it on my barbecues. Yeah. Animal was like real good dude, and he used to work for Bone Thugs, so he used to tell me all sorts of stuff with you guys.
Man,
God, I love him. And when I found out that you had a show, and we come on after you, and what I like is, and I forgot, what's your co-host name?
The Bum Keith G.
Okay. With you guys, when you guys just talk, I just like your style because you're so smooth. And you come on after, and me and Ty, you're all like, blah, 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 and you're just like, everything you say is just like eloquent. It's like your music, it's just real smooth. Let's play a little clip of Krazy's show.
Radio V.
music is going to evolve.
It's supposed
You know
to.
what I'm saying? Like we may not like where it goes, but like it's going to evolve. Just like just like people change.
Anything of your personal choice, I don't think should be crammed down somebody's throat of what nobody wants to do. It's a masculine sport. Ain't even no other way to say that. There's no other way to say that.
That's the first time I ever heard hip hop described as a masculine sport.
The Quick Fix with Krayzie Bone, Tuesdays from 6 to 7, only on TradioV.
So when you do hip hop videos and you always see all the cars out there, do you guys own the cars?
Bro, like a lot of them we do, but like a lot of times I can tell you like that they don't know.
Right. They just lease the cars and put stuff out there.
Lease the cars.
Because I'll be doing it in front of like the bus.
Have their homies bring the cars still, it is that's what hip hop is, man.
So tell me about your show, because you guys also, it's not just like a hip hop show. You guys are also talking. You talk about sports on your show.
Yes, man. This is something like me and my dude. Like we sit up all the time, like behind the cameras, and like we sit up all the time and just talk about everything. Like we both big sports heads. We talk about like funny stuff that goes on in life. We talk about everything, bro. Like so, it's like we wanted to make the show like to where like we touch on all aspects of life, not just the music culture, not just hip hop, but just all aspects of life. We get political sometimes. We talk about music. We talk about, we talk sports, so it's like we just wanted to mix it up, man, and just like, like the reason I called the show The Quick Fix is because like a lot of our fans was like they were asking to be more in tuned in like with what we're doing and be more connected. So I was like, man, what more perfect way to bring this show, and then we can talk about things that we're sure they're interested in hearing about, and just keep it flowing,
The interesting thing that I'm noticing from both of you, and it's the same way that this show, my co-host Grant Reynolds is in Iraq right now, so he couldn't come to the show because he's got to be in Iraq for another 100 days.
Wow.
But the show started because we were sitting on the balcony smoking cigars, talking about our divorces, talking about relationships. We hit a fork in the road, so we said this would be a good show.
That's dope.
You guys did pretty much the same thing. You're hanging out with your buddies, you're talking about something. You did the same thing. You like to talk about sports, and you guys came up with shows of what you really do. It's like you'd be doing the same stuff even if there wasn't a camera and microphone in front of you, right?
Exactly. So why not do it and let people hear us talk about it,
Right
That's
on.
dope.
Tell me when we can watch Delta Bravo.
On Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TradioV.
And what about the Quick Fix?
Tuesdays from 6 to 7, TradioV.
You guys going to come to the Halloween party?
Oh man, I'll be here. I thought I was going to be in New Zealand, but I'm actually going to be here. So
What are you going to dress up as?
But I don't even know yet.
What about you?
Yeah, the Blues Brothers. Me and my man.
I don't know who's next. Do we have Eric and Liza Roberts up next? Okay, this is going to be a thrill for me. There's a lot more TradioV, more fork on the road, so stay right there.